Hi everybody and welcome back again to Mountain Aquatics. It's been a little while, but I have to excuse the noise. The customers just cutting their lawn. We're at a beautiful pond today in mid Wales, absolutely stunning views. And as you'll see, this pond's a little bit different to what we normally do, so let's take you for a look. As you can see, this pond's quite clogged up with, looks like there's a lot of Alodia in here, a lot of other plants and water life. There is actually goldfish in this pond and no filtration. So we can see there's a little bit of a spout there for a bit of a water feature, a bit of a fountain and a solar panel. But I mean, the sun's out today and it's not working. What's done this pond so well is all the planting really. We'll thin the plants out a bit today because the summer they're all going to shoot up. There'll be no room for the fish. But that's why this plant's doing well. It's a rigid pond and we'll talk you through it today. We're going to clear it all out, get the fish back in, thin these plants out and get it looking its best again. So as you can see, the water's getting a lot lower now. And all we're doing now is systematically going out, taking all these plants, anything that's floating, these sort of oxygenating plants, going in the blue buckets. The plants that are in the containers already, they're coming out. We'll deal with those later on. The water level's getting a lot lower, down to the first shelf. We're almost to the point now where we can start getting some fish. We brought a holding vat with us, which we'll show you now. And we'll put the fish in there with a big chunk of the water, which can go back in. This is what we're finding there, sort of smaller goldfish like this, ones that are just colouring up, and get them in the holding vat. Okay, so whilst Ryan's cleaning out the pond now, jet washing the sides, getting rid of a lot of the debris, the mucky stuff at the bottom, I'm going to sort out these plants. So 2 buckets full of this Alodia. It's not all needed, although because this pond, as we said, has not got a filter on it, you do need a lot more plants. The plants acting as the filtration. Okay, so these will take all the nitrates out of the water. So what I'm doing is, a lot of it, as you can see, it's got algae on it and all that. So I'm going through by hand and I'm picking the best bits and saving it. We'll put it back in the pond. It might be smaller clumps, but they'll soon grow. Summer's coming now. These will fill the pond again before next year, no doubt. I've got a bucket of water, pond water of course, and I'm going through. This is also a good time to see if, while you're getting big lumps out, obviously we take our care anyway, if you've missed any newts, any frogs, toads. And one thing that tends to get overlooked is the uncoloured goldfish. So obviously these have been breeding. I believe we're on 42 goldfish so far. There's still some in there, in the muck at the bottom, hiding from us, especially the uncoloured stuff. So have a guess below, put it in the comments, how many goldfish at this point, no cheating, how many goldfish I think we're going to find in this small, rigid, unfiltered pond. Prize for the winner, let's see. Right then, so these lilies aren't actually looking too bad, especially compared to some that we come across that have outgrown the pots that they're in and taken over the whole pond. So all I'm going to do is clear the debris from the top. You see here where the roots are coming out. This saw is probably overkill actually for this size pot. But we're just going to take it and saw it off. You can be quite rough with this stuff in the plant pots. But yeah, this is all quite fairly new growth. There's no tubers in it. It's just the hair-like roots escaping the pot, which is the start of it. So probably next year, when we come back, we will probably repot these in something a bit larger. So this one here, you can see one of the tubers here. And then the eyes, where the new growth comes from, has actually escaped the pot. That you could take off and just repot it as it is. But we won't on this occasion. We'll keep it where it is because it's actually growing really well. That's growing as well as the stuff that's in the pot. So on this occasion, we will keep that. We'll leave that there. Okay, that's all it takes. Just tidy it up a little bit. Pull the bits out. You don't want to be too rough. So that's the fresh water going in there now. We've jet washed it as much as we can, all the sides. There's still some marks on there. They're not coming off of our jet wash, so they won't be coming off at all. Of course we're going to treat this water going in, and of course we're going to test it to make sure the pH and the parameters and the temperature are fine for the fish coming in. We're also going to reuse a lot of the water. There's about 400 litres sat there that's going to go back in this pond, just so we don't shock the fish, and we'll do it over time. So Ryan's now putting in enough Blagdon Fresh Start, just to get rid of all the chlorine and the heavy metals in this water, and also it'll give the plants a boost. Obviously we're going to cut them back quite a bit. Has it not been working for a while, or?
I've used it for a good while actually.
So that's us pretty much done here for today at the unfiltered pond. We're just letting the water go back in now, topping it up. The fish are in there. Not sure what you guessed, but we weren't far off actually. There wasn't so many hiding in the silt at the bottom. There was 48 fish in this pond. A lot of them were small. They never would have grown very big anyway with having this many fish in there. So we thinned it out, not by much, but there's 28 fish have gone back in. We'll take 20 fish away and we'll find them a home in one of our customers' ponds that maybe hasn't got quite so many fish in it. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing below. We are almost at 20,000 subscribers. You might be able to help get us there. We'll see you in the next video. Bye all.